Whoa, 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 whoa. Huh?
The answer's justice.
Justice?
The rat. The informant you all protect.
From the beginning of the Batman film, we are immediately presented with scenes of sadistic murders committed by a serial killer named the Riddler. The Riddler killed the mayor Don Mitchell Jr. in his house on Halloween night. From this incident, Batman, along with his fellow Gotham City police, came to the mayor's house to investigate the murder case. The mayor was found in the den dead with his thumb cut off and his head covered with duct tape, uniquely from the Riddler blatantly leaving a message for Batman which contained a riddle clue saying what a liar would do if he died. In addition, the message also contains a symbol that must be solved by Batman. That same night, Commissioner Pete Savage appeared before the media crew to provide clarification regarding the death of the mayor of Gotham City. After that, Batman, or Bruce Wayne, decided to go home. Then he opened his contact lens to look back at the footage of the incident at the previous scene. Don Mitchell Jr.'s death reminds us of what happened to Bruce Wayne's parents 20 years ago, when Thomas Wayne and his wife were also killed just days after his candidacy for mayor. Shortly, Alfred, Bruce Wayne's confidant, came to help Bruce to solve the puzzle left by the Riddler. From his observations, Alfred also found clues that the puzzle refers to the word drive. With that clue, Batman and Lieutenant James Gordon returned to the mayor's house to check the crime scene. They went into the car park and found a flash drive with a keychain in the form of Mitchell's finger cut off. In the flash drive, they also found several photos of Mitchell leaving a club with a woman. The clue then directs Batman to a club called the Iceberg Lounge owned by a person named Penguin. Batman's arrival at the Iceberg causes some chaos as the guards don't allow him to enter. Batman is forced to use violence so he can meet the Penguin. Because of the commotion, the Penguin finally came out and asked Batman's purpose for coming to the club. Batman shows Mitchell some pictures with a woman and asks who that woman is. The Penguin admitted he didn't know the woman at all because she was just a manager. Soon a woman named Selina Kyle entered the Penguin room to deposit today's drug sales. Before leaving, Selina saw the photos brought by Batman. Of course, this raised Batman's suspicions, so Batman decided to follow Selina to her apartment. When Selina arrived at her apartment, Batman watched with binoculars from a distance. Inside the apartment, Selina was seen comforting a friend who was seen crying after watching the news on television. Seeing this, Batman became even more interested in Selina, so he continued to follow Selina wherever he went. Unexpectedly, Selina actually went to the Mitchell murder scene. When he got there, he opened a safe, but Batman came to catch him. Batman and Catwoman got into a fight because Batman suspected that Catwoman was the person who had killed Mitchell. But in fact, the Catwoman came there just to take Annika's passport, which was hidden by Mitchell. To prove her words, the Catwoman invited Batman back to the apartment so he could talk directly to Annika. Unexpectedly, when they got there, they saw the state of the apartment, which was very chaotic, plus Annika, who suddenly disappeared from the apartment. Right at that incident, the Riddler started a live broadcast showing himself killing Commissioner Pete Savage very sadistically. In that broadcast, the Riddler said that Commissioner Pete Savage was a corrupter who deserved to be killed. Batman then gets a call from James Gordon, who takes him to the crime scene of Commissioner Pete's murder. With that riddle, Batman then asked Selina to enter the Iceberg Lounge to find Annika and at the same time uncover the secrets in it. Before leaving, Batman gave Selina contact lenses so she could see everything from a distance. Selina then entered the private room and found several politicians there. One of the politicians that Selina met was a well-known prosecutor, Gil Coulson. In Coulson's semi-conscious state, Selina took advantage of him to dig up information. Coulson said that at this time he was worried about one of their informants, because if he was caught then Coulson was worried that he would reveal all the rottenness of the politicians. In the middle of the conversation, Selina's attention was suddenly diverted to a female colleague of Annika's coworker. Selina then left Coulson and preferred to pursue the woman. Then Selina was suddenly intercepted by Penguin and a big drug mafia boss in Gotham City named Falcone. The closeness between Falcone and Selina made Batman suspicious. When Batman kept asking about his relationship with Falcone, Selina immediately cut off communication with Batman. After that, Coulson got into the car staggering, but he didn't realize that the Riddler was in the car who had been waiting for him for a long time. The scene then switches to showing Batman and Lieutenant James. There Batman told James a new fact about the involvement of several politicians with buying and selling drugs and mafia business. Maybe this is what causes chaos in Gotham City, including the main reason the Riddler kills the politicians involved. At his house, Bruce Wayne goes back to analyzing the recordings in the club and thinks about Selina's relationship with Falcone. The next day Bruce Wayne came to City Hall to attend a final tribute for Mayor Mitchell. There Bruce Wayne also met Falcone. Falcone greeted Bruce Wayne and said that he owed his father a debt of gratitude to his father for saving Falcone's life. Then Bruce Wayne was also approached by a woman named Bella who was now running for the new mayor. Bella knew of Bruce Wayne's influence on Gotham City, so she asked Bruce Wayne to help build Gotham City. In the middle of the tribute ceremony, everyone in the City Hall was suddenly shocked to see a car driving at high speed into the building. Unsuspectedly, the car was driven by Coulson with a bomb strapped to his neck. In Coulson's hand there was a telephone that kept ringing, and on his chest there was a letter addressed to Batman. Because of that, James ordered all his men to evacuate all residents and vacate the City Hall building. In the evening Bruce Wayne also came with his figure as Batman. He took the letter on Coulson's body and picked up the phone which kept ringing. On the phone the Riddler threatens to detonate a bomb in Coulson's neck if he does not say who exactly the figure of the informant protected by him. Coulson chose to remain silent because if he leaked the identity of an informant, then all officials including his own wife and children would be in danger. With Coulson's choice like that, the bomb on his neck was finally detonated by the Riddler. Batman, who was hit by the explosion, finally fainted and was taken to the police station. The cops locked him in jail thinking that Batman had something to do with the Riddler. Lucky James, who believed in Batman, helped him to escape from the police station. After escaping from the police station, Batman and James suspected that an informant they were looking for might be a penguin, so the two of them followed a penguin who came to a warehouse. There were also some politicians who were doing drug buying and selling transactions. Not long after, Selina in her Catwoman costume suddenly came to steal money in the car of one of the politicians named Kenzie. When Kenzie opened Selina's car, she was very surprised to see Annika's corpse in the trunk of the car. The Penguin, who realized Selina's presence, immediately ordered his men to shoot. Batman and James, who were there, also ended up being affected by Selina the Penguin's actions, who panicked and chose to run away and was chased by Batman in his car. A chase between the two of them ensued on the streets. But when the Penguin feels safe, Batman comes from the fire and immediately stops the Penguin. The Penguin were then caught and interrogated by James and Batman. The Penguin replied, if he was not the informant they were looking for. As proof, he also helped Batman solve one of the puzzles given by the Riddler. The clue then directed them to a URL of a short conversation with the Riddler. They were directed to an abandoned orphanage owned by the Bruce Wayne family. Not wanting to waste time, Batman and James went straight to the orphanage referred to by the Riddler. When they got there, they were directed to a room that had been prepared by the Riddler. In that room, a projector had been installed containing a collection of videos from Thomas Wayne during his campaign as mayor. In one of the campaigns, Thomas promised that he would rebuild the orphanage so that the children there would have a better life. From the video, they could also draw the conclusion that the Riddler might be one of the children who used to live in the orphanage. It was at that moment that Batman realized that the Riddler's next target was Bruce Wayne. As a result, he quickly returned home to prevent bad things from happening. But unfortunately, Batman was too late because Alfred had become a victim of a bomb sent by the Riddler. Because of that incident, Alfred was taken to the hospital in a coma. This time, Bruce Wayne also realized that all the murders committed by the Riddler were slowly starting to be related to the sins of his father in the past. The next day, Batman went to meet Selina and asked about Selina's relationship with Falcone. With a heavy heart, Selina replied that Falcone was her biological father. Since childhood, Selina has held a grudge against Falcone for what she has done to her mother, and this time Selina intends to take revenge on Falcone. After that, the Riddler again gave news about crimes committed by Thomas Wayne in the past. Thomas Wayne was known to have killed a reporter who knew the dark side of his family. Bruce Wayne, who did not accept that his late father's good name was tarnished, went straight to the club to meet Falcone. There, Falcone admitted that he had been ordered to frighten the reporter so he would not reveal secrets Thomas Wayne family, but because the reporter was not afraid, so Falcone was forced to kill him, according to instructions from Thomas Wayne. Bruce Wayne, who heard the statement, did not expect and was disappointed with what his father had done. He went to Alfred, who had just woken up, and told the facts he had just learned. Alfred, who heard this, then said that Falcone had lied because what actually happened was that correct. Thomas ordered Falcone to scare the reporter, but Falcone killed him instead. As a result, Thomas Wayne said that they had to surrender to the police and tell the truth. Well, because Falcone didn't want to go to jail, he rejected Thomas Wayne's plan, and the following night, Thomas Wayne and his wife were shot dead under mysterious circumstances. Alfred believes that Falcone is the culprit, but because they don't have any evidence, so they can't catch Falcone. Alfred also confirms that Thomas Wayne is a good person who only wants to protect his wife and child. Everything he does is not on the basis of political ambition, but only for the sake of the safety of his family. From Annika's cell phone in Kenzie's hands, they also found evidence in the form of a voice recording of Annika's last seconds when she was killed. Annika was apparently killed by Falcone by strangulation. Annika was killed because she knew the facts about the involvement of government officials in cases of drug distribution in Gotham City. Now they realize that Falcone is the mastermind of all this. As a result, Selina immediately went to see Falcone and intended to kill him. Selina immediately entered the club and met Falcone in her room. Soon Batman also came to prevent Selina from killing anyone. In that room, Selina and Falcone attacked each other. Falcone was then arrested and taken out of the club. There were already so many journalists waiting for clarification on the murder he committed. Before it could be handed over to the police, Falcone was suddenly shot by someone from a distance. Batman, who saw the shooter, immediately went to catch him. Unfortunately, Batman and the police failed to find the shooter, but they found that the house turned out to be the headquarters of the Riddler, which means that the Falcone killer was none other than the Riddler. An eyewitness then reported to the police that he had just seen someone leaving the house towards a cafe at the end of the street. And that's where the Riddler was arrested. He was enjoying coffee casually as if waiting to be picked up by the police. After the Riddler was arrested, the police searched his house and found all the evidence in the form of a murder plan carried out by the Riddler. On their computer, they also found a group managed by the Riddler with a membership of approximately 500 people. They are made up of supporters of the Riddler who also want to teach a lesson to government officials who are already corrupt and selfish. After that, Batman got a call from the police station conveying a message that the Riddler wanted to meet Batman. In that meeting, he had conveyed all his disappointment to the Thomas Wayne family for abandoning him and the children at other orphanages. When Bruce Wayne received undivided attention after the death of his parents, those in the orphanage were even abandoned and had to watch one by one of them die either from hunger or cold. It was revenge that made the Riddler grow into someone who hated state politicians. Actually, everything the Riddler does is based on his admiration for Batman and eradicating crime. Yet he chose his own way to punish the criminals. Batman, who heard this, did not want to be equated with a psychopath like the Riddler. Seeing the Riddler's very relaxed behavior made Batman suspect that the Riddler was planning a bigger crime. As a result, Batman returned to the Riddler's house and looked for other clues. Unexpectedly, he also found a clue under the carpet that read a real change. That word was also used by Batman to open a video that was hidden by the Riddler. On his computer, there is a video that the Riddler has conveyed his final plan to destroy Gotham City, where he had planted 7 bombs at several points in Gotham City Dam. And sure enough, the bomb exploded, thus flooding Gotham City. Besides that, the Riddler also mobilized all members of his group to shoot Bella Sang, the new mayor, and other politicians. The chaos that occurred caused so many residents to become victims due to the explosion and also flooding. Seeing this, Batman immediately went to where the Riddler's men were and killed them all. He was also assisted by the Catwoman to defeat all of the Riddler's followers. After that, Batman was desperate to go down to evacuate the residents who were affected by flash floods. Until the next day, Batman, Catwoman, and the police were busy evacuating all the residents from the flood that was starting to recede. Bella, as the new mayor, thanked them for their cooperation in saving the citizens, and she promised to rebuild Gotham City to become a better city. The film ends with the Riddler being shown in prison, who is disappointed with Batman for instead helping politicians and citizens. Then there is a cellmate who is still mysteriously laughing at the Riddler's disappointment. After that, Catwoman and Batman also chose to split up. Catwoman chose to go north to live freely and rob rich evil people, while Batman chose to stay in Gotham City, helping Bella rebuild Gotham City into a better city. And the Batman film was finally finished, thus the complete storyline of the Batman film. I hope friends like the storyline this time, and see you in the next good storyline.